Good evening, guys. Welcome to a match between Mr. Pringles from Finland and yet again the Australian Rampage, as he will try take out the Finnish master with Mr. Pringles spawning an elite marksman squad, red guards. Interesting buy, straight down to the center lane all the way, even potentially grabbing the Germans' cover. This is interesting. So they get there quicker because they do have the longer stamina. And they're ducking down just before they get to the cover so they don't get shot. And that's a good play by Mr. Pringles. As you can see, all five of them now shooting. If he did run to the cover, he could have got shot before he took those troops out. It would have been a close range battle where the SMGs could have taken them out. But here comes a flanking grenade by Mr. Rampage. Doesn't take anything out. Whilst on the western point, we see Rampage going to cap this uncontested. That is one of the reasons why going the elite marksman squad is not very good in some respects. It's good to get 1 point, but the other points are going to suffer, such as the eastern point is going to suffer as well. But thankfully Mr. Rampage didn't send many of his troops down this way, and Pringles is fighting off the remaining with just a few SMG PPSHs, 15 MP. By the way, guys, I made a mistake when I was talking about the PPSH versus the Type 100. In fact, the Type PPSH does have the same damage as the Type 100 as all SMGs does. The difference is it does also get a faster rate of fire, but the problem with the PPSH is the spread. So the spread is much larger, making it less accurate than the Type 100. So here is the assault squad of Rampage coming up, and it's trying to assault the center, but the elite marksman is holding their ground quite strongly. It's quite interesting to see. Ooh, nearly got a nice grenade off, but it's pretty cool to see the elite marksman being used quite well. 5 of them all in the center. I'm not too sure if this is going to be Mr. Pringles' usual buy, because he's probably trying something new. I dare say this is probably the right opponent to try it with, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't know if he wants to reveal too much away for his tougher matches to come. So these elite marksmen proving to be a good buy, whilst on the western point he's sending the partisan squad. I guess a bit low on MP, but doing its job, just swarming the point with nothing stopping them for some reason. Another partisan squad down the center, so using the partisans with the elite marksmen, I think that's his strategy or tactic. One for the meat shield, and the other just for their superb accuracy and shooting, and nothing reinforcing on the east. And you see a looks buy from Rampage, which is a decent buy indeed, and that's what he needs to really take out the elite marksman, because he can't win the shootouts, he can't win infantry micro versus Mr. Pringles. So this is probably the easiest bet, in fact, just to let the 20mm do its job as he's storming the center. And Mr. Pringles has ran away already, as he should, from the 20mm. All infantry must run from the looks, and it is quite cautious. So it's still hiding behind the house. Right now it could potentially even go flanking on the eastern point and attack. Just needs some more line of sight. I can see line of sight is struggling to come up, and I can see some troops being stuck at spawn. I'm guessing these guys are playing with an American host, so there is a bit of lag, I suppose, in this game for both players. I'm sure it's rather even. But here is another, it's the same red guard squad. So he hasn't actually lost one of the red guards, I don't think. He's actually lost 1 infantryman the whole game. That's quite interesting. 20-1. And even the looks is out. Look at the preservation of Mr. Pringles. He hasn't even lost an infantry out with the looks. And even now, looks is struggling to penetrate the stone wall and the sandbag. And it's still 20-1 even with the looks out. In fact, the looks should have been really used efficiently, I suppose. And here is a shock infantry squad going down the center. Still no counter buy though for Mr. Pringles. Just content with holding the outlying flags. Even this flag's just being held by partisans, and the eastern point now being reinforced by the shock infantry. Looks could potentially make a bigger impact in the battlefield. Not sure what it's doing. And he's bought an interesting buy of the SDKF, whatever, the half track of the Germans is coming to the eastern point. Not a very good half track. Probably one of the worst half tracks in the game, because it doesn't have the 50 cal. It can pin down troops, but won't be able to take them out easily behind cover. So it's going to try to take out the shock infantry. Flamer coming. Oh, what the hell shot that? Did you see that? The flamer just exploded. I don't know what killed that flamer. I didn't see a bullet or any. Wow, that's some exorcism stuff. The Rampage is definitely calling upon the gods for his frags. Shock infantry potential flank, And interesting, I never actually noticed that. Those little things on the side, what are they? They're blocks of wood there to protect the gunner from bullets, perhaps. Interesting feature. Looks coming out. Still not doing much, just killing some troops behind. Still 24-5 in kills, and the ZSI-2 is on the field. Pretty one-sided game, so I'm just going to go into a little stats mode, I'm guessing. 325 MP, decent price. If you get the specifications, it's a pretty good gun. 67 penetration, 120 range, and that means you can take out a P3, P4G, Chi-He, Panzer G. Sorry, I already said that. Basically, even the H's turret. So it's a good gun, very accurate, in fact. And I think it is one of the best AT guns out there for, I guess, a 1v1 or for a medium tank killer. Looks, obviously the Pak 40 is probably the best one in my opinion, but it is more expensive. ZSI-2 though, rarely misses. Takes out the looks. Very nice shot, by the way, just saw it. He shot right through that little gap and took it out. And here's flaming action here from Mr. Pringles. Let's have a look how he goes. Going to flame some more of these guys. Wow. Did you see that? That was a... I think flamers are nerfed, or some reason the flame tank is very easy to hit. Did you see that SMG? He wasn't even looking. He just went bam. And they got a heat-seeking bullet to the flame tank for some reason. And I'm not too sure why that happened. It's very inaccurate. Oh, 80 grenade, bam! Doesn't even hit anything. And here comes the charge unit from Mr. Pringles. As you know, the Soviets, so I've been saying 100 times over and over, the Soviets do tend to be a bit more better once they reach the charge 2-pointer specials, because they can field more infantry than the enemy, basically. Because the CP cost of this, sorry to bore you veterans, but CP cost is 18 CP for basically 2 assault squads. Not as much SMGs though, and it's actually less CP cost than the one squad itself, so in a normal buy. So you can definitely overwhelm the enemy as they are approaching the eastern point. Strangely though, they're a bit... they're not really in the cover, they're kind of half in cover, half not, and some are blocking each other, and the Brandenburgers with a few assault squad troops are actually slaughtering them from the side. You can see the top left has just been kills from Mr. Rampage, doing very well. The sniper's also flanking from the left side, taking out a few nice pot shots at these assault squads, and wow, look at that guy go. Just pick one by one. Those 4 have been killed by snipers, I'm guessing. Another one, very soon. Ooh, another one right there. And this Brandenburger MG34 is doing a good job. And a follow-up grenade from the assault squad leader from Rampage takes them out. 3 down from that grenade. And perhaps another one there. But looks like the assault failed. Pretty much the whole assault. Brandenburger sneaking across Panzerfaust to the backfield. They're actually going to sneak to the spawn. And I see a unit coming, a partisan squad. Interesting. It's not going to be able to do much. The full charge unit failed, and the partisans will certainly not succeed where the full charge unit did not, especially with their low hit points. They're going to potentially just get slaughtered. They just need to stay back, perhaps, waiting for some sort of MP. He's quite a lot of MP, maybe he's saying for a T60, coming up very soon. In the spawn, Rampage hasn't got much coming still. Center's being neutralized for some reason. Pringle's not capping it yet. And here is the T60 on the field with a rifleman following it. I quite like that buy. I usually like to buy a few singles before I buy the tank, or if I don't know I don't have line of sight in this area for a long time. Definitely buying singles to just lead the tank in to make sure there's no Brandenburg, especially with Germany. As you can see, Rampage is already sneaking the guys up. There's one coming right now. This is the standard German ambush play, and here it comes. Oh, Pringle's doing a very nice job coming. And the exact right time, and these partisans provided line of sight for this T60 to neutralize that Brandenburg. But another one is going to sneak behind the line of sight of the partisans, which are facing this way, and this guy can go all the way perhaps, but perhaps the shock trooper can see it. Ooh, no, that's too late. Bam! Explodes very nicely. Shock troopers coming in too late, just like the police in the movies, and destroyed the Brandenburg. And there's only a few left. There's one over there, and another one over here in the little wheat fields, and should be able to sneak to spawn, I'm guessing. Usually a very neglected area. In fact, you could run all the way down in this map. No one puts guys here, and pretty much sneak along this little line right there. And pretty much who would send guys down this way unless you're planning on... Anyway, probably people will do that now after this comment. Yes, same thing as Japanese. Just like to say, Mr. Pringles probably to the greater world and also the Canadian community and to myself introduced the Japanese meta SMG play. And really, over the last 2-3 years, SMGs have always been not on the priority list of the players in the Canadian community, including myself. So I was just blind to the power of the rifle and didn't discounted the fact that the Type 100 SMG was that good. So that's why the balances just started to happen for that Japan SMG, and that's a testament to how, I guess, how much you can learn in this game. And the game, you just keep learning. As we see ZSI2 trying to shoot the looks going to the house, and is in the cover quite well. ZSI2 hasn't got a shot right now. T60, yeah, that died from a Panzerfaust, sorry, forgot about that. But the charge unit is coming out into a very interesting position. Wow, what a shot. See that little engine sticking out? He just took that out, and it's burning right now. Look at it. Flaming mess. And the charge units can, yep, just pretty much neutralize everything. And Rampage has nothing left on the field, and potentially no MP. Please DMS fix the spectator mode so I can swap the players. And Brandenburger. Oh, Brandenburger. Oh, this guy's the Faust. The Panzerfaust guys only have 2 HE grenades, so they won't be able to 80 grenade that sucker. But potentially, it could kill it. Oh no. So you can kill emplacements with those pineapple grenades. Just it needs maybe a few more. There are hit points to units, by the way. That's why HE shells can take out tanks. But there's a limit basically. You have to be a certain caliber to be able to take out a certain tank. So you can't have like a Stuart shooting HEs at the Tiger and expect it to die. But you can have 105s hitting the Tiger and it can get killed eventually. Here is, see this charge unit, he just proned before the unit got into cover. It didn't matter that these guys aren't in cover. All that mattered was that these guys fired first. And not only that, because they're prone, they will never stop shooting. These guys are just going down one by one, proning, or one by one going to cover, and they're not, some of them don't come up and shoot. And pretty much it's like a 5v whatever. Let's say it's a 5v5, but end up turning into a 5v2 because there's 3 guys in cover and 5 guys shooting. So here again, wow, look at this. Pringles really filling the gaps, coming in again, moving his guys in the center. This is total outnumbering Rampage's troops coming into the center point, and a very nice maneuver by Pringles. And very slick victory, and goodbye Rampage, thank you for playing and sticking it out. And Mr. Pringles is through, looking very strong. Hopefully we see him face off a tougher opponent that can give him a good challenge.